Did you know that 96% of cancer patients believe that they are in a better situation than other cancer patients? 94% of teachers believe that they are better than average teachers. 90% of students believe that they are better than average students. And 93% of drivers believe that they are safer than average drivers. What is this all about? Why do most of us think that we are better than average when mathematically it is not possible? I feel like I have been doing the same thing as well. I have been learning French for 3 years. I cleared B2 last year, and when I cleared B2 I thought, well, I am good enough. Now I can speak French, I can read French, I should be good. But when I came to France, I had such a hard time communicating with people. I could not talk well. I was having a hard time pronouncing stuff, and I just thought I'm really bad. Similarly, when I started creating videos on YouTube, I thought, well, I must be better than average, so I should not have that hard time. And as I started posting on YouTube, I was not getting any views. But I said it must be because algorithm is not with me. The problem cannot be with me. I must be better than other people. I have been learning the hard way that it is not true. The problem lies with me. Maybe I am not good as I thought, or maybe I am just bad at it. It feels very uncomfortable to admit it, but it's true. Majority of us are very bad at knowing where we stand in a skill hierarchy. We don't know how good or how bad we are. And why would you try to improve something if you think you are already good at it? If you think you are good at having conversations and you have a fight with someone, then you will blame them for having a bad conversation. You will say that they are bad at having conversation. The problem is not me, so you will never try to improve your conversation skills. Even if maybe the problem lies with you, but you will never find out if you always say that you are good enough. It's quite hot. The weather is bad. So now the question is, why do we do it? Why do we judge ourselves and our skills to be better than it is actually? The first reason is that you are trying to protect your identity. See, we don't want to admit that we are bad at something because it is very uncomfortable. It is associated with shame and guilt. We have been taught as a child that if you are bad at something, then you are bad as a person. Like you are not just bad at studies, you are wasting your parents' money, and that makes you a bad person. If you are not climbing the corporate ladder, then you are lazy. You are selfish if you don't know how to communicate. You can notice that these are skill issues, but they are not treated as skill issues. They are treated as the personality issues. We have been taught to judge ourselves based on how good we are at something. So it is logical to avoid admitting that you are bad at something because you don't want to be shamed, not only by others but by yourself as well. Remember the last time you tried something and failed, like painting, dancing, sketching, anything, and your internal dialogue must have been like, I am so stupid, I am talentless, when those things have nothing to do with your personality. It is just your skills are not matching your expectations, and it is very common to do that. And the thing is, no one is born being good at something. You are lucky if you are good at one thing. So it is very irrational to think that you are bad just because you are bad at a skill. Second reason is no good feedback system. A lot of skills are measurable, like if you are good at studies or not, you will know with your marks or something. But whether you are good at creativity, art, or anything else, writing, it is very ambiguous. Results are very ambiguous. Whether you are good or not depends on who is testing you. So there is no definite answer, and so it is quite hard to know your skill level. And if you don't have others around you who are already good, you will have a hard time approaching someone to know the feedback. If no one around you is an artist, then you are best even if you try. This is the reason that writers hire editors to give them feedback, and the same reason why comedians do a lot of trial shows before doing an actual show, because they have to know whether their material is good or not. If you don't have a good feedback system, and if you don't have anyone who is doing the same thing as you, it can be quite hard to know whether you are good or not, because you don't have a reference. This is how I am coping with the heat. So now the question is, how can we solve this problem? How can we measure ourselves correctly? First is to not be ashamed to be bad at something. It is just not possible to be good at everything. So it is obvious that when you start something new, you will be bad at it, and unless you admit that you are bad at it, you will not improve. So the first step is to deal with your shame, to not be worried what will others say. It's like easier said than done. And the second problem, that was having a good feedback system. And a lot of us, like when you are practicing art alone, you don't have anyone around you who can give you a good feedback. If you don't have anyone around you physically to ask for feedback, then you can go online, post your stuff online and ask for feedback online. Even if you don't have a good people to ask for feedback, you can still look at people online and compare your work against them. I'm sure there are hundreds of people who are doing what you are doing. You can look at them, you can identify what is the good work and then try to compare against it. One good advantage of it is that when you ask for a feedback from someone, they will look from their lens. But when you compare yourself against the people you like, then you will try to compare with the aspect that you want to become. Like if you want to write horror movies, then you cannot ask for feedback from someone who writes romantic novels. When you look at stuff online that are in the horror genre and you see what they are doing, how they are executing, then you will find a better way to compare yourself against. One best way I can verbalize it is that you should always be a student. When you are a student, it is given that you are bad at it. No student is good at or master of anything. So when you say I am a student, I am learning, then you give yourself permission to be bad at something. And everyone is learning actually. No one is like perfect. Like even masters are learning. So a master can be a student as well. And a student has to have other students and a set of teachers. So if you want to be a student, you need to reach out to people who are learning, who are doing the same things as you, and reach out to people who can guide you better. So if you can find a mentor, then find one. One question that you might have is that, is it possible to feel insecure even when you are really good at something? And that does happen a lot. Masters believe that they are not good at things. I remember I was watching an interview of Michael Jordan where he was saying that he was nervous to shoot a shot on basketball field. It shows that even masters can be insecure. And the same thing comes again, like if you have a good feedback system, then you will know what your skill level is at. And that is why it is very important to have a good feedback system, to know, to have people around you who can tell you whether you are good or not, or what you are good at, what you are not good at. So that is it for this video. If you like this video, then subscribe, share, and thank you for watching.